Okay, so today I will be having some Americanized chow mein. It's noodles. Not too good at figuring out how to work my camera because I don't really film myself all that much. Anyways, so this is roughly 500 calories. It's 280 calories per serving, and there's 2 servings in the package it comes in. It's impossible to separate the portion unless you cook it, and no one else eats this but me, so it would go to waste. So this is the only thing I'll be eating today. 500 calories, give or take, worth of noodles. But, you know, it's not too bad. I could be like Amberlynn and eat this plus 2 more servings and whatever the fuck else she eats. We'll be eating this today. And then I gotta go run my husband over his sandwiches and his sodas so he can watch the Super Bowl at work, I guess. I don't know. But yes, I do make my husband sandwiches because I love him. I do normally eat noodles with chopsticks. I don't know, I kind of dig it. I like it. Not that I'm trying to be like a Korea boo or weeaboo or any boo. I'm just in love with chopsticks. But unfortunately, my youngest daughter accidentally knocked down one of the chopsticks from my dresser, and it's currently stuck in the vent in the floor. And there's nothing I can do about it, so just gotta buy some more eventually when I have the money for it. It's teriyaki flavor. I added some crushed red pepper in here because I like spice. If it's not spicy, I can't eat it. I'm probably not going to finish all of this just because I do feel guilty for eating 500 calories in one meal, but my limit is 500 calories, give or take, you know. It can go to like maybe 530, but I really don't like to push it. I don't know how to edit, so till I figure it out, my videos are going to be boring. No background music, no cool little doohickeys going around on my screen, no fancy title, just a fat girl eating, trying to lose weight. So not only have I cut down on my eating to lose now actually 27 pounds. I do small exercises. I don't go out much. I don't go jogging or anything like that. I do sit-ups, jumping jacks. I do a lot of cleaning around the house, so it's a lot of movement. So it's not like, you know, I'm just not eating and sitting around. I'm hardly eating, and I am getting some exercise in. It's not a lot, but what can I do? It's cold as shit outside. and I hate the sun. That's why I'm so pale. I hate people. Social anxiety. I don't have a job due to my social anxiety. I used to. I worked at a hotel for quite a long time. Well, for me, it's a long time. I worked there almost 2 years. I was this close to hitting 2 years, and then I put in my 2 weeks notice. Found out some interesting things about my boss. Searched his name. I was told to search his name in the mugshot webpage for our town or whatever, and a lot of interesting things came up that I did not want to be associated with. I used to bring my kids to the hotel to hang out with me while I was working during the day. It was pretty chill. I loved it. I brought my Xbox there all the time, played. It was really, like, probably the best job ever until I found that shit out. And then after I quit that job, I started another job at a local restaurant, like a breakfast restaurant. It's kind of like Denny's or IHOP. Not really. It's kind of a really shitty place, but it's breakfast nonetheless. And it was the worst job of my life. Really was. And I've had a lot of shitty jobs. I did get a lot of exercise, 10,000 steps or more, from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pretty good. I lost about 5 pounds working there. I want to say maybe 10 pounds total working there. And that's what really, kick-started my wanting to lose weight, because I noticed that I look good now. I look better than I did. I'm still fat. Like, I really wish that this was the first thing to go. Sadly, it's not. My fingers. The fat on my fingers were actually the first thing to go. My rings actually just kind of... it won't come out now, but my rings actually are kind of loose. And the jiggly, that's the fat. Or the skin, I don't know. When I pull the skin down, you can actually see where my arm really is. And it's really nice. And when it's not sticking to me, when my watch isn't sticking to me, it's fairly loose. So, I mean, I am making progress. Just not where I want it. I want to lose all this shit that's so gross. I keep pausing my video because my kids keep knocking on my door. Anyways, but yeah, my social anxiety. Let's get back to that. Okay, so we're having chicken for dinner. Anyways, lost train of thought. Okay, the social anxiety thing. I had it when I worked at the hotel, but it wasn't so much because I wouldn't have to interact with people so much. They would come in, I would check them in, get them their room keys, and send them on their way. And then I'd go right back to my Xbox around the corner so no one could see me. I really didn't have to deal with people all that much. But then when I started working at the restaurant as a server, of course you gotta be a people person and talk to people. I was like, okay, I can do this. I got this. I have a lot that I can talk to people about. People would ask me questions like my tattoo. I don't know if you can see it. My tattoo. They were like, why did you get that? What kind of gun is that? And all that crazy stuff. Crazy questions. I got it because I like guns. I like video games. My ex-husband was in the military, and I felt like that was, I don't know, I thought it was cool. It still is cool, regardless of being divorced. It's a great tattoo. And then also this one, DNA strand. Ooh, wish I could turn that one, and then my Stargate tattoo. I mean, I got more tattoos. This one is not old. This is like really recent. I got it close to when I was quitting my job at the restaurant. No one really saw that though, so. But any hoozles. Things were okay for a while. And then I started feeling, yes, you can have some Fritos. Anyways, things were okay for a while, and then I started feeling like a failure. Like, I thought I was doing okay, and then my manager, the manager at the time, whatever, she's fired now, but so I heard. But she made me feel like an idiot. She made me feel like a moron. I tried my hardest to do everything that she said. You have to memorize the menu, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I got that. I understand that that's part of my job. I need to know what these people are ordering, and I need to tell them, like, well, if you have this allergy, then you can't have this because it has that, so on and so forth. Well, I was getting there. I memorized it all after a couple weeks. It took me a long time. Apparently, it took me way too long. And she really didn't like that. She made me feel like really worthless as a person. The third day training with her, I burst out in tears looking at the menu because I just felt like, oh my god, if I don't get it by the end of this day, they're not gonna keep me. They're gonna fire me. And it's only my third freaking day of trying to learn this shit. And I don't know, I just felt like there's really no other word except for just a failure. And so I started shutting down just like a little bit. Not too much. I was still talkative, still active in conversations and whatever. But it's just like everything I did after that. It's just, you're doing this wrong. You can't do that. Why are you doing it like that? Who taught you that? Like, bitch, I'm doing my job. Like, people would get upset. Like, the manager and then the general manager, every few times that she would show up, I have a mild case of OCD, just mild. I would organize the creamers to where they were even. There's a level of each flavor. Everything was symmetrical, perfect. And then the general manager would see it and she'd fucking flip her shit. She's like, who did this? Who taught you to do that? Me, bitch. Like, I don't understand why you want to take the creamers and you just want to throw them in the bowl and have them mixed up so that people, when they sit down and they want a certain type of creamer in their coffee, they have to dump the whole bowl out on the table, which I fucking hated. They did that, seriously. And then they would rummage through the creamers just to find the one they wanted, when all you could do to save that mess in time for the customer is put the white creamer first, because we did put a lot. We put all the white creamer first, and then like the chocolate caramel creamer, and then the vanilla creamer, French vanilla creamer, and then the hazelnut, so everyone could see, like, oh, I need a white creamer, and I need, well, I guess the white creamer is a half and half. I need a half and half, and I would like a chocolate caramel, and they could see that right off the bat because I organized it that way, and it was like that. So what's wrong with that? It was wrong, apparently. Another thing that would really flip their shit is I would roll silverware and put it in the box nice and neat. Everything was like even, folded or rolled, perfect. It looked like a professional did it. Compared to the other people, it looked like a fucking crackhead did it. But I got in trouble for that all the time. You're wasting your time. It takes too much time. Like, no, it does not. I would literally roll, and like maybe it would take 5 seconds to make sure everything is like even and perfect. It didn't take any time. I would finish before the other people would finish how they do it, and yet I was wasting time. I moved on to my next task after I rolled the silverware. My next task, whatever it was, then got completed, and everyone was still rolling silverware. So, but no, too neat. They don't want me doing it. Waste of time. Blah, 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 fucking blah. And then I would organize the coffee cups. I would have them turned a certain way and all stacked, all nice, neat, and even. There was no clutter. It was just easier that way. Oh, don't get me started on the jellies. They flipped their shit on that too. Grape jellies, strawberry jellies, apple jelly. I didn't know that was a thing, but whatever. So I could not, the things that would calm me down, the OCD from organizing everything, when I'm in a stressful situation, I start doing that, and it helps me feel calm, and I have control over the situation. My nerves aren't as frazzled. But when I had to stop doing that, or risk losing my job for being a neat freak, I felt like I lost control of myself, and I couldn't concentrate. I was bursting out in tears randomly in the bathroom, of course. If I felt like I was about to, burst out in tears, I would run to the bathroom, brush it off like, oh, I just had to go to the bathroom. I guess it was Labor Day. Something, I don't know, it was a Sunday. Or was it I don't fucking know. I don't know these holidays. Anyways, it was very, very busy. We had a line outside of the restaurant, people wanting to get a seat inside. Every booth, every table, every bar stool was just taken. It was packed. And I thought I was doing okay, honestly, under the pressure and everything. Just rushing about, taking orders, pulling drinks, serving food. And then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. I don't know what triggered it. I was putting in an order on the computer, and then all of a sudden this like intense, gross feeling of wanting to vomit everywhere. And then I started feeling hot and cold at the same time, oddly. Like, no, my body was cold, but my inside was hot. I don't know. My hands were just like, they were sweaty and clammy, and I started shaking like really bad, and all of a sudden I felt like I was gonna black out. I started seeing the little fuzzies, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. I ate. I did have a Monster. I always have a Monster every morning. And I know sometimes when I don't eat with a Monster, then I get really sick. Too much sugar. But that morning, I know for a fact I did eat before we got busy. I had biscuits and gravy and sausage. And I don't even want to know how many calories were in that, but at the time I wasn't calorie counting. Anyways, so I rushed to the bathroom. I told one of the bussers to tell the manager that I don't feel too good and I'll be right back. And then I didn't even have to vomit after all. I just sat on the toilet, like, not sitting on the toilet pooping or anything. I put the cover down and then I sat on it, and I was trying to figure out what is going on with me. And then I just started hyperventilating, and my whole body suddenly got numb after a few of the gasping breaths. Kept doing that, and then my fingertips were turning purple. Like I don't know. I don't understand what happened. I guess it was a panic attack. Sounds like it was a panic attack. I have panic attacks, but I've never, ever in my life had one that bad. My hands went like this too, like over a course of like maybe two minutes, and suddenly my hands were like this, or no, actually they were like this because I had my phone in my hand. I was trying to text my husband, telling him that I'm freaking out. I don't know what's going on, and I was scared, so I was texting him, and then all of a sudden my hands just started doing this. It started like, I felt like Zoidberg Like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And the only time I've ever seen anyone's hands do this is one time someone I knew had like a heat stroke and their hands started getting all like weird and stiff and shit. And that's what my hands were doing. I don't understand what the fuck happened, but I'm assuming it was just like incredible panic attack for whatever fucking reason. So basically after that, I kind of shut down. I stopped being excited to go to work. I stopped talking to people too. I began to realize that people were talking about me and spreading rumors about me and saying things that I said but I didn't say, or interpreting my facial features as something bad towards them. Like one girl told my husband at his store. It's a small town. Okay, so she went to my husband's store and told him that I rolled my eyes at her. And I tried to think, what did I do that day to where she could have looked at me and thought that I rolled my eyes at her? I wasn't doing anything. I didn't even talk to her. I don't know what the fuck she was talking about. I don't roll my eyes at people, except for my kids. They're a handful, and they're little brats sometimes, and they get that from me. So, of course, I roll my eyes at my kids. But when it's grown adults, and it's your job, and you're not trying to start shit, you don't fucking roll your eyes. Common sense. I never did that. Yet, there she was, tattling something I didn't do to my husband. So, people would just say shit about me that didn't really happen. And that's just... Not even real. They just photoshopped it. Kids arguing. Okay. Anyways. I just started hating people. I hated everyone I worked with. And my job skills actually started getting better when the less that I talked to people, the less that I focused on not being seen as a bad person, and the less that I focused on being friends with everyone, everything got better for me. Everyone's like, oh, you're doing such a great job. I wasn't sure about you at first, but now you're doing wonderful. Yeah, I'm doing wonderful now, but I quit. I'll tell you why I quit. It was a Sunday, one of our busy days, and the general manager was there because like 6 people quit and we were short-handed. And wait, is it short-handed or short-staffed? I'm sure both work. Anyways, so she was there and something was going on with me. I was upset about something, and when I get upset, you can see that I'm upset. And I wasn't smiling. I didn't have like a resting bitch face or anything. I wasn't angry looking. I just wasn't smiling. And she grabbed my arm and she asked me, can you not smile or something? And I was like, not right now. No. I used to though. And then I walked off to go put the dishes in the back so the dishwasher could wash them. And then she fucking runs up to me like I had attacked her and she's gonna attack back. She fucking yelled at me. She's like, don't you walk off when I'm talking to you. I mean, first of all, I didn't really walk off all that far. I went from where she was standing like 3 feet, maybe 4 feet, to go drop the dishes off. I intended to come back and look at her and continue the conversation, but seeing as it's Sunday, it was our busiest fucking day, I need to go put those dishes back. That way I can go get drinks out and then go take an order. But yet here she wants to talk and bitch and be a victim. I hate women like that. I'm a victim, you hurt me. Fuck off. But basically, when I tried telling her about my anxiety, my panic attacks, blah blah blah, tried to make her understand, she basically told me, or she asked, can you not just like suck it up for today, work through it, that way you can get through today and then fix it later? No. Who fucking tells someone with a mental illness that they should suck it up? No, not how it works. So, actually, on my way home, I put in my 2 weeks notice. I sent it to her in a text. I did end up working the rest of the 2 weeks, or the week, whatever. And then I had 2 days left, and it was a Saturday, so Sunday would have been my last day. I was working Saturday, and a customer got upset with me because I shortchanged them. They were missing like 88 cents or something, and we were packed for a Saturday, weekend, whatever. So 88 cents, I went back and got it, but she was already filing a complaint with one of the bussers, and then I walked up because I wanted to know what really was going on. Was there something more than just the 88 cents? Did she not like my service? Because I don't know why someone would complain about that. Just tell me, hey, you messed up my change. I'm supposed to get this much back. And then I would help fix that problem, and you'd be on your way. But she made it out to something more. And I went up and I asked, is there something wrong? And she got an attitude with me. She's like, yeah, it's inexcusable that you messed up our change. And I said, well, you aren't my only table. I do have 3 other tables, and I do apologize for the mistake, but I have a lot going on right now. And she's like, that's not an excuse, honey. Your attitude's not a fucking excuse. That's what I said, minus the F word. I said, your attitude is not an excuse. I don't know if that even made sense. I just said it, and she was just gobsmacked. She was like you ever just worked in the food service industry and wanted to tell off a customer? I didn't really tell her off. I finally got to say something to a customer. I felt she was wrong. She was real wrong how she approached the situation over change. Like, I'm not a bad person. Why are you gonna complain to the busser and then the manager and try to get me fired because you didn't get your fucking 88 cents? What are you, fucking Hitler? Like your 88 cents? Fucking 88? God damn, people. Anyways, I gotta go drop food off for my husband. But long story short, they told me to go home. The assistant manager and manager told me to go home because I back talked to a customer, and I didn't show up the next day to finish my last day, and they didn't even call me to say, hey, where are you at? So I figured that they fired me, which doesn't matter because I gave them my 2 weeks notice, whatever. So I quit, and they tried to fire me, but I still quit. But I've been healthier since that. I'm mentally healthier. I'm working on getting physically healthier, my weight, and so on and so forth. But this video has been 30 minutes long. Thank you for sticking around. I gotta go get some sandwiches.